Hi, I'm Terry Page with Medical Transformation Center, and I'd like to share one of our favorite recipes with you. Now, the whole idea of this recipe is that it's super simple, which is important, especially on a cool night when you're just trying to get some dinner on the table and you'd really rather kick your feet up and maybe sit out by the fire pit outside. This actually is a recipe for my grandmother. And actually, my grandmother was really instrumental in teaching me how to cook some really simple, delicious Mediterranean type meals because my grandmother was actually from Italy. And actually today I am wearing her little apron to honor her in this regard. But what I'm going to do is, the name of this recipe is Cici bean soup. Cici beans are, another name for those are garbanzo beans. And what I have already done is very simple ingredients. I have already browned Italian sausage, and this is fresh made Italian sausage at the butcher, so it's clean, non-GMO, antibiotic, steroid, hormone free. And now what I'm doing is I'm putting in a large, as you can see, chopped onion in here. And I'm going to let this onion just saute a bit while we go through the basics of this recipe. I'm going to just stir this up a little bit so that the onions can start to get warm. I'm going to crank up that heat just a little. And I just really want to get these onions a little bit soft before I put the remainder of the ingredients in. So I know that for many of us, really especially if we've got a full week with kids and activities and work and that type of thing, we really don't want to put a lot of time and effort into our dinners, but we know they need to be nutritious and support our health goals. And this is one such meal. This is Mediterranean Paleo. It has simple ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and list them out for you so that you know they're just that simple. I have Italian sausage, I have a chopped onion, I have Cici or garbanzo beans, I have frozen chopped kale. How easy is that? I also have some nice vegetable broth, as well as this is a vegetable juice. It's clean. It's kind of though some of you all may remember V8 juice. It's the clean version of that. So it's a conglomeration of a lot of different vegetables, low sodium, but again, non-GMO, organic, all the things that we talk about here. And then also some garlic powder. So I am going to put garlic powder in here. So I've got these onions getting a little bit soft. I'm going to measure out, and as you can tell, I don't like to measure a whole lot, but I am going to measure out the garlic powder, and I'm going to put about 2 teaspoons in here, just to give it some nice good flavor. Now, you know, the nice thing about this meal is that because it uses Italian sausage, there's already so many good seasonings in Italian sausage, you really don't need to do much other than add this garlic powder. So I'm going to stir that in. And then I'm going to start to add the other ingredients. So I'm making this for a crowd. So I have 3 pounds of Italian sausage in this actually, in that large onion, and I'm going to use a couple of quarts of this vegetable broth. That's going to give it a nice stock. And then I'm also, that V8 juice knockoff, only healthier version, is going to give it like a really rich tang and some nice flavor. So that's actually why I like to use V8 juice as opposed to maybe just like a regular tomato juice. You just really get a nice flavor with that. It creates a nice body. All right, so that's in there. And then again, the big thing that I love about this is that really the only chopping that I did was that onion, and honestly, it was only because I couldn't find frozen pearl onions at the grocery this morning. Otherwise, I would have used those frozen pearl onions and made this even go faster. So I'm going ahead and I'm putting in the frozen kale. Can you imagine how hearty and nutritious this is going to be? And then I'm going to go ahead and put the beans in. Now, I will tell you that if you have people in your household who are avoiding legumes as a rule, or maybe they just don't care for those Cici beans, you could actually make this soup and leave those out and then just have them on the side so that those who want them can put them in. So I've got all that in here now, and I'm going to bring it to a boil, and then I'm going to turn it down and I'm going to let it simmer. And while it's simmering, I'm gonna add the secret ingredient. And this is something that my grandmother taught me a long time ago. This is a rind from Parmesan Reggiano cheese that typically you would grate on Italian food, but the rinds are great. Don't ever throw them away if you've got them, because what it does is it can really season a soup or a stew or a spaghetti sauce. And that's what I'm gonna do here, is I'm gonna put that in there, and that's gonna add that, it adds a richness and a fullness to the soup. And you won't believe how wonderful that is. Now, we're gonna let this simmer, and then, I would say let it simmer maybe 30, 45 minutes. I mean, you'll know, everything will be soft and it'll be all mixed together. And then serve it with a simple salad, and you can grind some black pepper on it when you're finished, and just enjoy. And now, let's see what my toughest critic thinks. All right, here you go. What do you think?
A plus.
You realize I've been feeding you for 45 years, right?
I hold you responsible for this.